you remember the 1999 Mars prober? No? That's because it's lost in space due to preventable miscommunication between scientists. There are many dangers to not using the metric system. What the Mars prober incident and the occasional hospital mishap have in common is that they both come from a miscommunication of the metric system versus the imperial system. We, as Americans, should fully adopt the metric system that almost every other country in the world uses to prevent fatal miscommunications. Before I present all of the examples that show the necessity of this, I will give you some background on what the metric system is and why it's so widely used. The metric system came about during the Enlightenment when traders from different areas needed something consistent to measure with. This, combined with scientific advancements, led to the creation of CGPM. This is an international body that launches and oversees the International System of Units, or SI units. This allowed better communication between scientists and mathematicians all over the world through use of distinct units. Currently, the US, along with 2 other nations, have not fully adopted the metric system. The first and most well-known mishap revolving around the use of old imperial units in the US is the NASA Mars Climate Rover. This happened in 1998, where one part of the engineers used imperial units and the other half used SI. This led to the grave miscalculations that got the rover lost in space. It hasn't been seen since. This ended up costing $374.6 million in 1998. These issues only continued because the US still refused to adopt SI. A more fatal consequence of not using the metric system is the Korean Air MD-11 crash. In 1999, a plane crashed after taking off from Shanghai to Korea. There was a miscommunication from air control where they ordered the plane to ascend to 1,500 meters. The crew misunderstood this as 1,500 feet. The reason for this is that aviation altitudes around the world are almost always given in feet. This resulted in the loss of 8 lives. This clearly shows that the need for all to use the metric system doesn't just apply to the US, but to all systems and industries as a whole. In conclusion, switching to the metric system is the solution to all of these dangers and fatal mistakes, and should be used in all countries and industries. For my visual aid, the first image shows a map of the world. The countries in blue are the countries that use the metric system, and the 3 countries in red are the ones that still use the imperial system. This chart is a diagram of the conversion factors of SI, which is the metric system, to the imperial system.